Another thing is, another rule for blessings is to actually never let go of your dreams no matter what, not even for a second. There's also going to be some things that is going to tell you that you won't be able to do this or to do that, whether it's financially or no one actually believes in your ideas. Don't worry about that. I'm here to tell you that you can do anything and everything you put your mind to. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin Dorival, and it's been an honor.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Dorival?
Yes, I'm sorry. Answer the questions. Get back there. Turn around.
Mr. Dorival.
Yes, sir.
How would you suggest if somebody does have more than one dream? That somebody does want to be, I'm just going to put it out here.
Go ahead.
Somebody, like college student, you like an entrepreneur and you do have your own business, but how would you feel if somebody do want to open up their own restaurant or own whatever practice that they do, but they also want to be like a regular employee, like work for the government or work for as a cop or work for whatever? What would you recommend for somebody that has two dreams that you want to go forward and both are kind of equal? Pros and cons are equal, but it's like two dreams that you want to persuade, but it's like they don't know what kind of choice that they have.
Good question. What's your name?
Gabby.
Gabby?
G-A-B-Y.
Gabby. All right. Good question. That's something that I was challenged with for a little while. You know, it's just having too many goals and not knowing which one to choose. And here's how you solve that. You choose one of them. You choose one and allow that one to open the doors for the other ones. Because you can be a jack of all trades and master of none. And that's what I was suffering from for a very long time. The fact that I'm creative, I wanted to write movies. I'm a writer, I wanted to write books. I'm an entrepreneur, I want to start a marketing company. You know what I'm saying? I was athletic, I wanted to run track. But what I had to do was just choose one that was working well for me. And that's how you do it. I wouldn't honestly try and do everything, because then you're just gonna end up being stuck in a position and not really moving nowhere. And then that's gonna be discouraging, and you don't want that.
So what did you try first, as far as, because, I mean, you spoke about everything that you had spoken about as far as what you do, but as far as what you are based on your different routes that you do, as far as your experience, which one did you start first and follow second?
Well, I started a clothing line. And how that happened was I used to promote clubs. So I had a shirt made for me called One Man Army. As a matter of fact, it's tattooed on my back. And when I made the shirt, a lot of people asked me, where you get this shirt from? Where you get this shirt from? So enough of them kept asking me. I said, I might as well start selling these. And they said, you know, I'm selling shirts out my trunk. I'm going to clubs, I'm going to jobs, you know, catching people on their breaks. And that's what did it for me. You know, and once I got that money, I used that to start my marketing company, Skyview Marketing. As a matter of fact, I started a publishing company called Skyview Creative Circle, where I help other authors get their books published. And I consult them as well.
Last question.
Yes.
Then, based on what you said, how would you recommend somebody that's, I mean, graduate college as a professional, just like you,
Right.
that actually have that type of mentality that's already set that they have, but that's actually working a professional job, working 50, 60 hours a week? How would you recommend that person going towards making that big of a decision towards what the money that they're already making, towards making that decision that you are saying as far as that trade?
That's going to be a spirit-led decision. God's going to lead you on that one.
Amen.
I'm just saying, because there are people who have great careers, making $100,000 a year, and they leave it to go follow their passion. I don't believe in following the money, but I believe if you follow your passion, the money will come. And that's a great question. I like that. And I forgot to mention, why you guys think about the question. I forgot to mention I have a show that airs at 7 p.m. every Wednesday night. I give you the information, courageablybook.com, that's my website. It's an internet show called The King Kevin Show. Tonight's topic is going to be about the movie The Butler and a book that I just finished reading called Black Labor and White Wealth. It's by an author called Dr. Claude Anderson. It's regarding slavery. It has a lot to deal with Haiti and the immigration policies and things like that. And I started this show 2 weeks ago. It's going very well for me. I've been giving free advertisement to artists and entrepreneurs for the month of September. So please take advantage of anyone in here, or artists of any sort. Whether it's singing, dancing, rapping, painting, or you're a business owner. At 7 p.m. Yes, sir.
So, since writing the book and all the various things you've done, what's the most fulfilling thing that you've achieved from being inspirational and motivational speaker? I know it's very fulfilling standing in front of young people and
Right.
inspiring them. But give us a story outside of your story that you speaking to someone has brought you to an awakening or enlightenment.
I love that question. In that dream book that I mentioned to you guys of the 55 goals, one of the goals was to honor my 5th grade teacher. And I haven't seen her, well, I didn't see her in like 20 years. And I always wanted to have like a banquet to honor all teachers or mentors that has played an important role in a student's life. But what Ms. Weiss did for me is she helped me place my mind beyond my current situation. That's the thing that happens a lot. We get caught up in the situation that we're in and we can't see beyond it. There's disparity, discouragement, there's fear. And if you learn to feed your fear with faith, your fear will eventually die. Believe that. And Ms. White, I was looking for her. I had a stage play in January, as I mentioned, and I couldn't find her. And the school board wouldn't give me her number, but I found her number through Facebook. I found her daughter. Her daughter put me in contact with her mom, and we spoke, and I was telling my editor of my book that guess who I found? She said, who? Ms. White. And she was ecstatic. She was like, man, you got to get that to the news, because the news would love to hear something like that, because teachers don't get enough recognition as it is. So what we did in my stage play, one of the actresses, she played Ms. White in the classroom setting. By the way, the DVDs are $5, just to let you guys know. Thank God I didn't almost forgot to mention that. And they played that scene, but at the end of everything, I gave a speech, and Ms. White was in the audience. And also one of my judges from the time, Judge Elijah Williams, he looked out for me big time. I elaborate more about that in my book. But he was in the audience, I didn't even know that. So at the end of everything, Ms. White stood up, and I had her come to the stage, and I gave her a dozen roses. And everyone got up and clapped, some people were crying, and it was very touching. That was self-fulfilling right there. Amen. Anyone else? Go ahead.
Mine's not a question. It's more like a statement.
Yes, sir.
I commend you, because my neighborhood, there's a lot of people like you who don't do stuff, who actually made it. It's kind of very tough to find that they made it. And then, given that you said earlier you had 2 strikes, you would be black.
We had dreads. We had dreads and criminal.
You had dreads, so you had 3 strikes against you, and you said they were not gonna hire you because of those strikes. And then, given that you went to college, you graduated, you then go out there look for a job and said to become your own entrepreneur. So I believe this itself, it says that this is what everybody has to do out there. Just go. It's not coming over and just get a degree and try to work for someone. And I do know you gotta work for someone sometimes in order for you to get yours.
Amen.
But given that you're your own entrepreneur right now, I bet you if you go anywhere right now, you will find a job. They'll be more than happy to have you.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, that's what exactly happened. With my experience, as I mentioned earlier, volunteer or become an intern. My experience, having my own business, when my business started going down, I used my company as a reference. I didn't tell them I owned the company, But I use that as a reference and, you know, explaining everything that I was doing. And I can get a job like this, but I choose not to. Because my goal is to become a multi-billionaire. So I can build schools around the world and definitely be in Haiti to help improve our country. It's your responsibility to assist Haiti. Not just financially, but to physically be there to see how you can contribute. That's our country. And I'm sure Toussaint Louverture, our ancestor, and the rest of the soldiers aren't smiling in their graves, knowing what's going on with the country and how the European powers have been manipulating and putting puppets in power. But believe me, when I get the money, I will be reckoned with. Someone to be reckoned with. And thanks everybody.